In 1951, the Freedom Trail was established by local journalist William Schofield. The Freedom Trail is a red path through downtown Boston that leads to 16 significant historic sites. Markers such as graveyards are stops along the way to help better explain the trail. The first stop is the Granary Burying Grounds. This is the third oldest burying ground in Boston and the final resting place of many prominent Bostonians. Buried here are many notable Revolutionary War-era patriots, including 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence, John Hancock, Samuel Adams, Paul Revere, 8 governors, all 5 Boston Massacre victims, Ben Franklin's parents, and Peter Faneuil. Continuing along the trail, we come to the Old South Meeting House. It was built in 1729 and used for public meetings when the angry crowd outgrew Faneuil Hall. Many of the crucial events that led up to the Revolution took place here. Yearly anniversary meetings were held at the church until 1775, featuring speakers such as John Hancock and Dr. Joseph Warren. The most famous meeting was held on December 16, 1773, when over 5,000 gathered to protest the British taxation on tea, and after the meeting, a group raided a nearby tea ship in what became known as the Boston Tea Party. In 1775 to 1776, the British occupied the meeting house due to its association with the revolutionary cause, during which British troops made this sanctuary as a stable and riding school. Leaving the Old South Meeting House, we make our way to the Boston Massacre site, called the Incident on King Street by the British, which was an incident on March 5, 1770, in which colonist and British troops clashed, killing 5 civilians and injuring 6 others. Just beyond the memorial is the Old State House. The house was built in 1713 and was the center of political and commercial life, housing the Merchants' Exchange on the ground floor and the royally appointed government offices and the freely elected members of the Assembly of the Massachusetts Bay Colony on the upper floors. The site played a central role in the story of rebellion, from the Boston Massacre in 1770 to James Otis's 1761 speech against the writs of assistance, to the reading of the Declaration of Independence in July 1776. Just past the statue of John Adams, we come upon Quincy Market. It was built when Boston was incorporated as a city in 1822, and the downtown commercial demand grew beyond the capacity of Faneuil Hall. To provide an expansion of shop space, Quincy Market was built as an indoor pavilion of vendor stalls. Stepping away from Quincy Market on the trail, we come to the Union Oyster House, the Green Dragon, and the Tavern. These restaurants were meeting places for the planners of the Revolution. As we cross over the new Greenway into the North End, a vibrant community in Boston, we'll come to the former home of Paul Revere. The house was built around 1680, and it was from here that its famous occupant set out for the midnight ride. Revere was not only a patriot, but also an expert silversmith, copper manufacturer, part-time dentist, engraver, and the father of 16 children. As many as 8 children lived here with him, along with his mother and his first and second wife.